Hello, Maurrie, and welcome to beautiful Wickenburg, Arizona. This is one of the hats I wear, and this is one of the jobs that I have. I am a veterinarian for performance horses, and I co-own a business with my husband, Dr. Ellis Farsvet, and this is our mobile clinic that we take to various events around the western United States. And we provide on-site veterinary care, such as at this team roping. We've also worked at cutting horse shows, barrel racings, the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, as well as the World Series Team Roping Finale Championships in Las Vegas as well. So this is one of the hats that I wear a couple of days a week. I also am a veterinarian at the racetrack in Phoenix at Turf Paradise Racetrack. And I would have loved to take you there today. However, we're in COVID restrictions, so no one except for essential workers, trainers, grooms, and riders are allowed back there. But that is another hat which I will be wearing tomorrow as I work at the racetrack. So this is our on-site veterinary clinic that we take to various events throughout the West. And I am a business partner with my husband, Dr. Ellis Farsvet. And we bring horses right into the back of the trailer, and it provides a climate controlled area to do treatments and exams. It also provides privacy, so we're not sharing information with the rest of the outside world. And most horses are used to hauling in a trailer, and so they really don't have issues of coming into this space. And it's well lit. And then we have counter space and lots of diagnostics and helpers that assist us in what we need to do. This is Dr. Ellis, this is my husband.
Hello.
And behind us is Hannah. Hannah's a Montana girl from Red Lodge. She's our assistant. And then we also have on these various screens, we can shoot x-rays for different things, and everything is online for medical records and diagnostics. Anything that you would find in a regular veterinary clinic, for the most part, is available in this trailer. Now, we always get the question, do you do surgery in here? And not the surgery that you would think of. We don't lay them down and cut them open. We do standing procedures. We'll suture up wounds, treat cuts, pleural pneumonias, colics. And then if they do need surgery, we send them out to one of the local veterinary hospitals for that to happen. We are in Wickenburg, Arizona. It is the team roping capital of the world. And we are currently at Rancho Rio. And there are team ropings here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we co-op with this facility to be their on-site veterinary clinic, where we see daily appointments and also walk-ups and emergencies that might happen. So there's a lot of action that's happening. We work with farriers to put horseshoes on and do corrective shoeing. And these guys are also set up out here with us with all of their supplies. And this horse is gonna go home on IV antibiotics because he had shipping fever or pleural pneumonia from his trip from Montana to Phoenix. And now he's on the mend thanks to performance equine specialists. Good job, buddy. Here we are. This is Rancho Rio team roping. A couple of guys out there having fun in the sun. And this is another hat that I wear. Some days I'm actually in this roping arena competing myself. In team roping, you're either a header or a heeler. And typically I'm a header, and so my job is to catch the horns, turn the cattle, so my partner can rope the two hind feet. So let me give you a little demonstration of that.
Oh, well, look at you, smarty pants.
Well, that one didn't really count, Maurrie. I only caught one horn technically. So hopefully I'm better than that.
Where were you raised?
I was born and raised, I was actually born in Butte, Montana, the mining capital of the world. And then I grew up in Dillon, Montana. I grew up ranching, hunting, fishing, skiing, and rodeoing. Everything outside that we could actually do. I went to the high school national finals rodeo, the college national finals rodeo. I was on a scholarship for rodeo at Montana State University. And then I went to vet school at Colorado State University in Fort Collins.
Mandi,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about
how you joined us.
Oh, this is a great story. So, I moved to Red Lodge, Montana 7 years ago, and my husband and I were working in a new veterinary practice, and there was an ad in the newspaper about Sisters on the Fly having a trailer tour in Cody, Wyoming. It was right after the 4th of July, and my mother-in-law and I went over to Cody, and I went through a vintage trailer tour, and I was completely in love with these women and how they had decorated these cute vintage campers. And my husband had surprised me and said that, hey, I bought us a 1954 vintage camper because we have a 1953 Chevy pickup, and he thought they would be cool together. And the rest is so-called history. So I spent the rest of the summer making curtains and fixing up my cute little trailer to join Sisters on the Fly. I think Sisters on the Fly is an amazing organization of women empowering women. One of the coolest things, Maurrie, that I think is fun is we are all different. We're from all walks of life. You don't have to be a cowgirl. You don't even have to know how to fish. You don't even have to know how to drive your camper or own a camper. And we're multi-generational. We have women in their 90s and 80s and 70s, all the way down to their 20s and 30s. And it is so great to sit around the campfire and listen to everyone's stories. And I think, had that not been available, I would not have met some of the fabulous women that I have met. I was a part of an amazing group of talented women. So after my very first camp out in Red Lodge with my new to me trailer, these women were all sitting around talking about Rocky Mountain High. And being new, I said, oh, what's Rocky Mountain High? And they said, oh, it's one of the biggest regional campouts, you know, and it travels to the different states every year, and next year we're hosting it here at Red Lodge. And I said, oh, well, I love doing that kind of stuff. I would love to help you. So the next thing I know, I get a phone call from the girls, and Linda Harris called me and emailed me and said, we would like to have you be in charge of the campfire. You're going to be in charge of the campfire every night. And
That was a cool campfire.
we had a stage. I had live performers every night come out and sing or do cowboy poetry. The weather was not our friend, but it was an amazing event. We had, I think, over 300 campers from all over the United States join us. We took the yellow buses of the Beartooth Pass. It was just such a fun event. We had a Montana cattle drive with all these women, and we pulled in this great big cattle truck, and it was clean. And yes, we loaded everybody in, we opened the side windows, and we took a cattle drive, in a cattle truck downtown, and then we let everybody off, and we let everybody in town know that Sisters on the Fly were in Red Lodge, ready to shop, ready to have fun, and share our experiences. And oh my gosh, one of the best events ever. Fun. So I got indoctrinated really early and became involved really early with becoming a hostess or part of the whole, the group of just doing campouts and helping people come together.
Maybe we should try your new hat on.
Oh, okay, next hat.
A welding hat.
Maurrie, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can
Yes.
y'all hear me? I have to actually say that Maurrie and Wanda Flanagan and Karen Simpson did the very first Sisters on the Fly welding clinic and camp out, and I enthusiastically raised my hand and said, yes, I want to do that.
So we said, okay.
So we had a great first year, and then after that, I asked Maurrie if she'd like some help in co-hosting the event, and she said, oh yes please, and this will be our 4th year of having the Sisters on the Fly welding clinic and camp out. It happens in July, in Absaroka, Montana, and we work with a great gentleman named Scott Havens, who opens up his machine shop at Infinite Machines. And essentially we have 4 days of nothing but women welding. And it is absolutely empowering and phenomenal.
Really?
And we invite women from all over the United States. We had gals from Florida last year, Indiana, Ohio, California, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and everywhere in between. It is a limited event because there's only so much space in the shop. But you get to just create and weld and learn a new skill or talent, either to fix things on your own camper. Like somebody's trailer came off their hitch when they were coming into town and kind of, you know, dodged a bullet and having a big wreck with their camper. But Scott pulled it into his shop, and the girls worked on it together with Scott, who's a master welder, and they fixed their own camper by welding it back together. And I just think that is a phenomenal story.
And you know, welding is really very simple.
It is.
It's the simplest thing. We keep thinking that it's a boy's thing, but it is so fun.
It is fun. And when we all first started, and my comment was, well, this is just like hot glue with sparks. And the gentlemen that were helping us didn't think that was very funny or true. But it truly is. You just have some power and some hot metal and sparks that catch on fire. But it literally is with a gun, with a line, and you click it and make your contact and form a bead just like you would a hot glue gun bead. And you know, it takes a little practice and finesse, but and we're looking forward to that. But not only do we do welding, we also do a phenomenal ATV trip up to the beverage mine, which Maurrie started us doing with the ATVs.
That's so fun. And there's just nothing like it.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
You get up on top of the world up there, and you see an old mine, and it's just
That's
amazing.
amazing.
And then last year we found a treasure in the Stillwater River. It was so blazing hot. So you're in full gear, full long sleeves, leather gloves, your welding helmet. You have to have jeans, leather boots, because you know you're dealing with fire and metal, and you get burned. And so we're in all this gear, and it was, I think it was 85 degrees, and we're all in this shop, and sweat is just running down our face and other places unmentionable. And Maurrie and Tara said, oh, we take our grandkids over to this great spot, the Stillwater River, and you guys should go. And Maurrie was off on another trip. She had to go to Driggs, Idaho with her family, and she left me in charge. We drank a lot of vodka out of our house, but we'll replace it later. And but we ended up all sitting in the river, like literally chairs in the river, people laying, Tammy Fuller laying in the river because she was so hot. But again, just enjoying the great outdoors
Those
and
are some of our campsites.
and fellowships, you know. So
It is fun.
Cheers.
cheers, Maurrie, to another wonderful day.
Oh, it was
Sisters on the Fly.
It is, and we thank you very much for your interview.
Yes.
And it was so nice because Lady and I both enjoyed the horses and the cow poop and then everything else that went right along with that. So, and
Cheers
the
to
cowboys, of course, we love the cowboys.
And with all Sisters on the Fly little soirees, we end it with a meal and a cheers.
From Anita's
We're
in
at
Wickenburg.
Anita's Casino. We ordered a couple of tacos and of course, margaritas. And we will see you down the trail. Yeah.